What exactly is empowerment? Empowerment is like a placebo. If we believe we can, we will. And in clinical trials, not only did sugar pills cure some of the folks in the control groups, but in many cases they permanently changed their brain waves. So, successful empowerment enables seniors to become their own placebo. So, what do we as seniors need to be empowered? First and foremost, we don't want caregivers. We want support staff. We want partnerships with professionals who can see past the wrinkles and grey hair and see the person inside. And what we want and need is to stay connected to the community and engage with life. From its beginning, 54 years ago, the Senior Centre understood that connection and commitment to other people is a prime factor in empowerment for aging. And recent studies have shown that socially isolated people, their health declines at the equivalent of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. In 1960, among the first programs the Senior Centre put in place were making pinky puppets for UVA Children's Hospital, a program that's still active today. And they also made dressings for the Cancer Society and stuffed envelopes for various fundraising drives, such as the Rescue Squad and the Heart Fund. So 54 years ago, it was already understood that volunteerism can improve seniors' health. It used to be thought that educated people live longer because they know more about diet and exercise. But digging deeper, researchers have found that we're all control freaks at heart, at least for our own lives. And the key to a healthy, longer life is not physical as much as emotional. And feeling in control of our own lives is a huge factor. I found a list of what folks well into their hundreds thought had enabled them to live long and healthy lives. And their answers ranged from friends and a good cigar, to eating lots of chocolate, to work hard and love what you do. In other words, while healthy physical lifestyle habits can help, an emotional passion for life is far more important. And at any age, we all need to feel valued, needed, and in control of our lives. And your job as care providers is to try to keep that feeling going for as long as possible by not doing everything for your clients if they can do for themselves, even if they can only do small things. But there are a lot of compensations for being older, such as being more emotionally stable and generally happier. And the art of surviving old age, of living long and dying short, as the saying goes, is to constantly look outside yourself and find a purpose so you can continue to be passionate about your life. So how does the Senior Centre deal with these points? While a lot of the structural things and the basic culture have been in place for decades, it has only come to full fruition since Peter Thompson became Executive Director in 1999. That was the same year I joined the centre, and I've seen the changes firsthand. Before Peter, we already had a volunteer programme and a senior council made up of programme leaders, where most programmes in the centre were run by Senior Centre members. But empowering seniors isn't just a question of using the right language, or painting the building in non-institutional colours, or even putting participatory structures in place. It is treating every senior as the highly unique adult they are. When I first joined the centre, the gap between seniors and staff was wide. I got the feeling that some staff were working with seniors mainly because it made them feel virtuous to help us old folks in our dotage years. But Peter, by his leadership, has nudged the culture of the centre into a more lateral egalitarian structure where staff operates as a team and members are a vital part of the day-to-day operation. Members even help choose new staff when the need arises. And because staff impact members' lives, there's always at least one senior member on any employee search committee. When I joined the centre in 1999, there were 50 programs. Now there are over 100. So staff need volunteers to help them ever more to do their jobs. And a symbiosis has grown up between staff and members, where each need the other to make the centre function. And under Peter's leadership, there's been an openness, trust and respect between staff and members, whereby I don't even think about the fact that I'm decades older than some of the staff. But then sometimes when I go out into the community and am ignored, patronised, based on my grey hair and wrinkles, it takes me by surprise. But my self-esteem, because of the senior centre, is high enough that I can laugh it off and dismiss their ignorance, rather than being hurt by it. Peter has also managed to make the goals, mission and vision of the centre something that not only staff, but most members passionately support. And he's done that not with rules and regulations, but by careful influence. For example, Peter, and therefore staff, don't even know the word no. A member can come up with a wild idea for a new program, and providing they're willing to run it, they can try it. And I personally have experience where I have come up with ideas for the centre that I would like to try, which I later realised wouldn't work. And not only did Peter support me, but I had my email inbox bombarded with helpful material and contacts Peter thought I might want to consider if I went ahead with my idea. Now that's empowerment. And in the fiscal year 2000, when Peter had only been executive director for 6 months, the volunteer hours of the senior centre was 17,000. Yet in fiscal year 2014, we logged over 50,000 hours, valued at $1.1 million. Now that's really empowerment. We communicate 20% by the words we use, 20% by our tone of voice, and 60% by our body language. So unless you really like us, going through the motions with politically correct speech just won't ring true. We've had a lifetime of reading body language, so we're better at it than you are. But for the more frail seniors, this will require some creative ideas, which is why I love the idea of generations crossing. When seniors who are in need of daycare can go to a place where children are also in daycare, and the seniors can help look after the children, under supervision of course. So, encourage your clients to expand their interests beyond doctor's visits and waiting for the grandkids to visit. Believe in their ability to be more than they currently are, and that they can do more than they currently think they can. And most of all, genuinely like or dislike seniors based on who we are as people, not on how old we are.